Our favorite seminary student, who looks just like he came out of a Norman Rockwell painting, James Talarico, won the Texas Democratic Senate primary Tuesday night. And he beat Jasmine Crockett 53-46. He's going to go on to face either John Cornyn or Ken Paxton, who are currently locked in a runoff. He's going to face them in November. And I do want to talk about this carefully because it's not a simple story or with a simple lesson, but there's somebody important that I want to talk about. And look, we've talked about Talarico before. He's a former public school teacher, 8th generation Texan, a seminarian who ran a campaign based on Christian, economic, populist ideals, explicitly targeting moderate and disaffected Republican voters. His message, the haves versus the have-nots. Not left versus right. What's right or wrong. He campaigned to people who haven't even seen a Democrat in decades, and he raised $20 million doing it. He won. His whole argument this whole time has been he can win in November because he can walk into rooms that Democrats haven't been able to enter in the last several decades, and he can make the case without getting thrown out. But I've got to tell you, Talarico's win, it's bittersweet because the rest of this, I want to tell you about who lost. Jasmine Crockett, leaving the House of Representatives, this is a genuine loss for our progressive movement. Full stop. Since 2022, she has been one of the most effective, most well-prepared, most unapologetically direct members of Congress. We've seen her go viral at the House oversight hearings, not because she was performing, but because she came prepared. She did her homework, and she asked the questions that nobody else was asking. Republicans were visibly uncomfortable in the room getting pointed and dressed down by her because they were there to protect people, specifically Donald Trump, from accountability. I mean, think about some of these lines. Y'all don't know what white privilege looks like. To Howard Lutnick, I didn't ask you a question. To MTG, learn how to read. And those are some of the tame ones. And she has so many genuinely great lines. But the most important thing about that, in this world where everybody's testifying to protect Donald Trump through their obstructive answers, Crockett talked over them. She destroyed them, but she did so with well-prepared facts and receipts. And anytime any of these Republican bootlickers tried this Trumpian dodge and weave, she verbally backed them into a corner and pummeled them with facts in meme-worthy fashion. In the election, after she lost, she conceded graciously. She said Texas is primed to turn blue and we must remain united. That's the right call. Talarico needs her coalition and, more importantly, her energy. I sincerely hope we have not seen the last of Jasmine Crockett in public office. But I want to say this clearly. The person who dismantled the Trump administration witnesses the way that rash on Trump's neck is dismantling my appetite. She's leaving the House. That's a sacrifice, even if James Talarico goes on to win. The Progressive Caucus loses one of its sharpest knives. And we've got to face facts here. Texas hasn't elected a Democratic senator in 30 years. Cornyn versus Paxton, it is headed towards a runoff, and Trump's approval is underwater, and Talarico, he's got the best chance. But November is not decided. That's why all of us right now need to get behind James Talarico, root for the win. But we have to remember what Jasmine Crockett built. And let's hope we have not seen the last of her.
They called it closed, filed away, forgotten. But some truths don't stay buried. Time doesn't erase guilt. A reckoning is always just around the corner. A death in Arcadia. Justice has a long memory.